In 1954, a man arrived at an international airport carrying a valid passport, valid documents, valid currency, and a clear reason for travel. Nothing about him seemed unusual. He was calm, well-dressed, professional, just another traveler passing through customs. Except for one detail, the country listed on his passport did not exist. As authorities began investigating, what first appeared to be a minor error quickly turned into something far more disturbing. The man arrived at Tokyo's Haneda Airport after a routine international flight. This was post-war Japan. International travel was controlled. Documents were checked carefully. Mistakes were rare. The man spoke calmly. He answered every question clearly and understood everything he was asked. There was no confusion, no language barrier, no hesitation. He carried official-looking business documents, letters, permits, contracts, and legitimate foreign currency that matched real exchange values. Everything about him appeared normal, until an immigration officer noticed something strange. Under nationality, his passport listed a country no one recognized. Taured. At first, officials assumed it was a simple mistake, a translation error, an outdated country name, perhaps a clerical issue. But no one at the airport had ever heard of Taured. Not one officer, not one supervisor. Authorities called in additional personnel, senior officers, immigration specialists. They brought out maps, modern maps, political maps, updated international maps. The man studied them carefully. He did not panic. He did not argue. Then he pointed to a location in Western Europe, between France and Spain, and said calmly, "Taured has always been here." But on every map shown to him, that region was labeled Andorra. The man frowned. He leaned closer, examined the borders. He appeared genuinely confused. He insisted the maps were wrong, that the mistake was not his. As questioning continued, the situation grew even stranger. The man recognized neighboring countries. He named correct capitals, identified real borders, understood international politics. He spoke confidently about trade agreements and regional history. He used real currency with accurate exchange values. And most disturbing of all, the stamps in his passport matched real airports, real dates, real locations. Everything appeared legitimate. Everything made sense, except for one thing. The country itself did not exist in any official record, not in government databases, not in international registries, not anywhere. Authorities decided to investigate further. They checked airline records. The flight was real. The route was real. The schedule matched. Passengers were verified. Crew lists confirmed. But something was missing. There was no record of the man boarding the aircraft, no ticket scan, no manifest entry. It was as if he appeared mid-flight. Officials could no longer explain what was happening. This was not a simple forgery. The documents were too detailed, too consistent, far beyond amateur work. With no clear answers, authorities made a decision. The man would be held temporarily while further checks were conducted. He was escorted to a nearby hotel, placed in a room, under constant guard, 2 officers stationed outside. And that decision changed everything. The following morning, guards returned to the room. The door was locked. Nothing appeared disturbed. They entered. The room was empty. No broken windows, no forced entry, no witnesses. The man from Taured had vanished, and he was not the only thing gone. His passport disappeared. His documents were missing. Every trace of his identity was gone. After that moment, official records fall silent. No public report, no confirmed name, no official explanation. Only fragments, second-hand accounts, and a mystery that refuses to fade. Why suppress a case like this, unless it could not be explained? The simplest theory is fraud, a master con artist using extremely advanced forged documents. But this explanation has serious flaws. If he was a criminal, why disappear without profit? No ransom, no escape plan, no benefit. And how could one man fabricate an entire country with geography, history, currency, culture of a place that never existed? A second theory is far stranger, that the man was not lying at all, that he came from a parallel reality, a world almost identical to ours, same countries, same languages, same borders, everything the same, except for one detail. In his world, Taured existed, and Andorra did not. This would explain his certainty, his confusion, his refusal to back down. He wasn't deceiving anyone. He was lost. But there is a final theory, the most unsettling of all, that the man was never meant to stay, that his presence was an anomaly, a glitch, and once it was detected, reality corrected itself. The man was removed. No struggle, no witnesses, no records, simply erased. No footage was released, no documents survived, no explanation was given, only a story that refuses to disappear. Because if even part of this is true, then reality itself may not be as stable as we believe. So what do you think? Was he a fraud, a traveler from another timeline, or something we do not yet understand? Decide for yourself and leave your theory below.